was nice.
Ain't it? Spring is in the air. The birds are singing. The birdies are singing. Flowers are blooming, and my allergies are killing me. And besides that, Hazel needs a bath. Anyway, hopefully this week we won't have one of those. Nancy said that the upload was corrupted, so it won't be doing. Again, hopefully not. Anyway, that's kind of cool. Give me a little bit of a rush. So, welcome back to the only thing good about pollen, and as a visit to the bloomin' return to the Perfumed Gardens with the head pollinator himself. Woohoo! That wasn't anything just suggestive. It wasn't. Look, it's YouTube. What? So what?
Okay.
Rik Strange here. But I gotta clear my passage here. But be that as it may, I bring some hot licks to soothe your sweaty brow. Lost my glasses there. First in today's queue is a groovy LA psychedelic blues band from 1968. Now they came crawling from the wreckage of Lowell George's, Lowell George, now you know who he is, Lowell George's band, The Factory in 1967. And the two cats that came out of that melee was Martin Kibbe. No, wait a minute. Yeah, Martin Kibbe, he was the drummer, and Warren Klein was the bass player. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I just had a little bit of a mind freeze. And guess what? Elliot, here we go again, Ingber, and Lawrence Wagner, you know, vocals and strings, and also a strummer to help flesh out the guitar parts. They created the Fraternity of Man. Now, before I go any farther, it's gonna be one of those days, kids. Elliot Ingber got fired by Zappa early on when the Mothers were playing a gig, and well, he was tripping on acid. And it seems that Elliot he was turned on, but his amp wasn't. So, hey, it seems like an honest mistake to me, but to Mr. Zappa it was, get your gear and get the heck out. So, adios muchacho. Oopsie. Anyway, this band, Fraternity of Man, is best known for their tuner, Don't Bogart That Joint, and that was on Easy Rider. Everybody knows that. But let me tell you, don't let that song blow smoke in your eyes, because this LP is a mixture of really good psych guitar with a blend of feeling good hippie daisy chain in a park music, melodies of moments. Kind of reminds me of a bit of the Salvation Band, which is cool, very cool, the San Francisco band. And then the Neighborhood Children, who I like a lot. That's a San Francisco band. So, here now, the needle drop is called In the Morning. Groove on, gardeners, groove on.
Well, how can you?
the backyard. These guys just didn't fall off the truck leaving the donut farm. Let's just light up another one and take a toke on the tune Wispy Paisley Skies. Did I hear someone say freak out? You're gonna have to excuse me, I think I'm having a hot flash. No, that would have been 30 years ago. Anyway, here is the record that we're talking about. And that's the front side. And here's the back side of our illustrious crew, the Fraternity of Men. You know, how about those Fuzzy Delights from Warren Klein? Really? That's killer. Elliot Ingber, he did the more bluesy restrained cuts. You know, this is a nice twin guitar assault. You know, it's happening. There's even a twisted trip out on the record with a tip of the old hat to Elliot when he was in the Mothers, and it's the Mothers tune. It's called "Oh No." And that's from Weasel's Rip My Flesh. Now, Elliot was gone by the time that record came out, but Weasel's is mostly Frank smashing stuff together from previous episodes of the Mothers of Invention. And you know what, a good somebody that really knows their stuff about the Mothers' history can tell you that I'm probably gonna be wrong about this, but I'm wrong about a lot of stuff. Made a lot of bad choices in life. Oh! But that doesn't matter right now. So anyway, "Oh No" is from Weasel's Rip My Flesh. Anyway, you know, this song careens down the trail of brain-marinating properties. Wow, I think I'm having a brain marinational proportion right now. It comes and goes, kids. You know how it is. Hey, I'm all over this platter like a new suit. Landing on the, you know, I don't know much about the second record. I'm pretty sure there was a second one. There again, I don't really know. This is really a good record, and you should be able to find it cheapy. You might even find it in the cradie. I'm hoping you can. If you see it, buy it. You won't be disappointed. So, landing on the turntablist Neckus is an obscure duo from L.A. in 1969 called Euphoria. This LP fits nicely between the notorious Bird Brothers, the Flying Burrito Brothers' first album, and the Dead's Working Man Dead. Nice, really nice. I know that's a rather large Uber Eats order, but we're dealing with some grade A Owsley acid cowboy music. The more I spin this dusty road, the more I love it. I'm telling you, it's... Let's just talk about it afterwards. So on with the show, with the cut, Sweet Fanny Adams. So don't burn the beans! Wait, Mon Bon.
What?
Never mind. Just stay with me on this one.
Okay.
This is the LP. Yes. That's the correct way for it to be presented. And the name of the record, name of the album is called A Gift from Euphoria. Now, this is obviously a reissue because the original copy, man, it's obscenely high. If such a thing is possible. Euphoria was imagined by these two characters, Wesley Watt and William Lincoln. And they started out in '65 together in other bands. You know, they were in a lot of, you know, it doesn't matter type things. But anyway, they banged around LA till '67 when they relocated to the Houston, Texas area. And then they even played on stage, I mean, not with the band, but, you know, warming up for them. They warmed up for the 13th Floor Elevators crowd, and that was cool. They worked out well in Texas, okay? But, you know, the whole Texas trip proved to be pretty short-lived, and they went back to LA in '68, and they joined a folk rock outfit called Euphoria. Who can imagine? The band split up, but our heroes, here's another tough one, persevered on keeping the name and released a 45 on Mainstream. And here, it appears on the comp. This comp came out in '67, and it's called Pot O' Flowers. And the 45, they did the A and the B side. The A side was called what was it called? Oh, Hungry Woman. That's what it was. And then it was backed with the B side, which is Know Me Tomorrow. By '60, let's see. Now we're moving a little bit farther. By '69, they put this adventurous smasher, which was A Gift from Euphoria, together. And it's loaded with orchestrational stuff, sound effects, acoustic stuff that's really, really good, and some, you know, these jam-ons of psychedelic blowouts. The record is like whoosh, all over the map. It's like throwing stuff on the wall and seeing if it'll stick. For me, it does. It's sort of disjointed at times, but, you know, that's how things work sometimes. You know, what this record represents is something that was not very much unlike what was percolating out of the Laurel Canyon in that period. With zingers that would that would Harold Smith. It was a kid I went to school with. He used to eat crayons. True story.
Purple ones?
You name it. That kid would eat them.
Harold and the Purple Crayon?
He was just out there. And it's cool. You know, he turned me on. Crayons aren't that bad. Anyway, why in the world Capitol Records would put so much production into a trippy, happy, new territorial experience and not promote it, you know, it's beyond me. It just proves that, you know, and here I go again. Just because you're wearing a suit and a tie with a fancy schmancy Nancy car and a house to match doesn't mean you got any taste or brains, okay? The suits run things, but they don't know what they're running, okay? This is all they're after, the moolah, the cash grab. So, the record was reprinted twice. It was repressed in 2005, and then again it was done, I think this year, for Record Store Day. And you can grab it for cheap, at least for now, because you know what's going to happen is those, well, they're not, anyway. You know what, we don't want to get into complaining too much about the record collecting people out there that are trying to retire on what they're selling. Anyway, you know, it's a great record. The more I play it, the more I like it. It's really happening. You know, And well, just because I can, here's one of their cuts from the Pot of Flowers comp. And I might have played this in the past, but I'm going to play it again because I can. And it's called No More Tomorrow from '67. And I'd love to show you today's yoga pose, but I can't get my leg over my head.
Uh-oh.
My life is down, no one around. My time of crying, my time of dying, my time of sorrow. There'll be no me tomorrow.
Hey, Shirley, what the hell? Oh, jeez, sit up. You know, you're not doing your bimbo channel on the internet. Stop it. Okay, now after that, now that one, that cut, and that LP previous, the Euphoria, and the Fraternity of Man, that fills our psychedelic quota for today. So now, lastly, it's, you know, if you watch my channel, you know that I'm not a huge prog rock fan, but there's a couple I like, and I have been very lucky, and I mean lucky, to have witnessed a few of them. I saw ELP's first, Emerson, Lake and Palmer's first U.S. tour, which was really good. Their first album is killer. I mean, it's just it's really a great extension from where the Nice was at. Anyway, we're not going to spend too much time on it. I saw Gentle Giant when they were doing the Octopus tour, mind-shattering, and they were on the same bill, get this, with King Crimson, who was doing Lizard at the time. Whew. Tough. It's tell me I wasn't out of my mind watching that stuff. Anyway, one that did get away from me was a band that I really like, and it's called Curved Air. Now, I've talked about, you know, the reason I like Curved Air, let's go there first, is because, you know, everybody knows I dig sitar, as you can hear right now. And, but I also dig electric violin. Sugarcane Harris on Zappa's album. Then there was, I saw Ponte in Zappa's big band thing that he was doing on a tour. And so you take electric violin and then you add a femme fatale vocalist, and I'm hooked. Whoa, that hurt. It's a good move in a fight, though, if you ever have to get out of a crowd. Ha-cha! Anyways, back a ways, I did mention our heroine, the femme fatale, Sonia Cristina. And whew, you know, and because I did a quick show about a lot of them Mademoiselle singers, and they're all great ones. But anyway, that's past. I finally created the Curved Air's first LP, Air Conditioning, from 1970. Now, the only way I ever heard about these guys was right around that same time. It was one of those comps from Warner Brothers, and the Mothers was on it, we're on it, and there was a bunch of other people that they were trying to promote, like Pentangle and some other bands, but Curved Air was on it, and that's when I got the hook. So, let me give you a little bit of background here before we jump into it. The band evolved from another band previous called Sisyphus in the late 60s in the London area, I think. I can't get a real grasp of where they were geographically coming from, but they were an English band. The founders of that band were Darrell Way, and he's our violin virtuosus, and Francis Monkman, who is a really good guitar player. And these two cats met, and they decided that they had gobs of musical tastes that were in common, so let's see what we can do. Way had the classical bent, and Monkman, he had the rock side of things nailed down. So by '69, Sisyphus, their whole sound project had been completed with a keyboard player, can't remember his name, and a drummer, and those guys revolved like a door. But be that as it may, that's when Sisyphus changed into Curved Air, and that British folk singer Sonia had been she had been coerced to jump on board. She was singing with the London version, stage version of Hair, and she's got a pretty good repertoire for them people. Anyway, here's my needle drop called It Happened Today. And excuse me. And this ain't no country hoedown, folks. Blast off. I love Ravi. Oh, baby. Now that ain't no sight, but it sure puts me into an enjoyable headspace. Here is the record. And, okay. At the front, here the back. Interesting enough, I'd say. It's kind of hard to read around in a circle, so I always do it like this and read all the credits. Anyway, there goes the corner. But you know what? You buy it to play it, okay? Don't call the record people on me, and I treat my stuff like crap. Anyway.
The record police?
Yeah, the record police, whoever they are. And I know they're out there in the vinyl community that are saying, what, you don't clean your records all the time? You don't do this? I do a lot of bad stuff.
You're a vinyl vigilante.
Yes, they're vinyl vigilantes. So, save it. Sonia's vocal instrumental, well, her voice is her instrument. That's what I wanted to say. It works, boy, see, there we go. Her vocals work well in this folk rock, classical, electronic excursion. They signed with Warner Brothers in 1970 and popped that puppy out. And they started touring, and they, you know, did small gigs, and then they got to open up for Black Sabbath for a while, which would have been a pretty out of control situation. And anyway, they took off. This LP is a great intro into those who are unsure about prog, you know, and where it's going. Now, here's what I have to say about that. It's it, and that's that. The second LP, not so much as good as the first one. And the third one, Phantasmagoria, is liftoff for me, baby. But it's too bad because the personnel changed. Turns out the violinist and guitarist were, you know, they were going in two different directions. Way wanted to do this big symphonic thing, and Monkman was more into a rock situation. So, but that's where it lands. The band carried on, and that's where Stuart Copeland came in, and I think it was on the 4th LP. I could be wrong. You know, I say that all the time, and it's always true. Just Google it. But by the time that they wound up, I mean, I've got a lot of their stuff that, because they reformed and reformed and reformed, and they did a live record that's really good, but it doesn't have all the original members. But it was a contractual thing, and they were in debt for cashola, and this was a good way to cash out. But it's a good record. If you can find it, you'll see that this stuff is really reasonable. Anyway, the thing with Copeland is that by that time they were getting into more of a jazz rock thing, and it was so far away from the original point of departure that, well, Butsky, the best thing I can say is enough about that. The original is the best, and so I have to say, now a word from our backgroundist for today was, and still is, the inimitable Ravi Shankar. Now this is such a really cool 2 LP set. It's from, it says Hollywood 71. Dig it. He's playing this in, hit the other button, third one, first one to you. And it's from his house. He did this record is limited edition that I found it in a store, and I paid too much for it, but that's life, who cares, you know? It's a great, great record, because I'm such a knucklehead for him. Nancy and I have seen him 4, 5, 6 times, maybe. Met his daughter when she was 14, and you heard the story. It's just great. But you need this stuff every once in a while to sort of boost your mental capacity a little bit. Anyway, I got a split. We got to go. So, this one's been a long one, but oh well. Anyway, till the next time, thanks as always. We certainly love you. And just, what else do you keep saying? Well, blah, 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 blah. You know how it is. Contact us if you like. I love you watching us. It's important. I'm going to try and make sure we don't have any more video flip-flops going on when we load it, but what are you going to do? I'm always loaded. Till then, wow, need some more pills. Allergy, in that case. Till the next time, and as always, peace, love, and flowers. Till the twain shall meet. Remember, especially, right now we are all one in the same leaky boat. We're all helping each other out as best we can. Stay together. Listen to other people. Peace out, people. Peace out.